Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we're looking at the brand new Dye M3 Plus. So let's check it out. A lot of the same features that were in the M3S. The wireless charging is still there. You get the wireless pad. You get the same bolt, although they've done a couple adjustments to the bolt. But everything else is kind of cool. So let's take a look at it. Let's take it out of here. So here's our charging pad, same as one you saw before. Let's get that off to the side. I'll do that. Open this bad boy up. New case, M3 Plus. Folder open. So inside here we've got our USB, we've got our spare parts. We have the new ULS barrel. It's much thinner than it was before. It is two backs, so 684s and 688. And then the back is now much longer than it was before. So this control bore back, much longer. Almost the same length as the tip itself. It's just going to give you that little bit of extra accuracy, that little bit of extra oomph that maybe you're looking for. And then it just looks super sweet together. They've cut out the back side. This is really just to reduce weight on the back of it. This isn't going to really do anything. It's not a functional cut, I don't believe, but it definitely is going to cut material away. And it looks cool. I think it looks cool too. So kind of adds to the whole aesthetic of the barrel right there. I like it. I like the way the new barrel looks. I like the way the barrel shot too. I was shooting it earlier in the efficiency video and just the shooting video. Shot awesome. Barrel sleeve, warranty card, quick start menu right there. Just shows you kind of just the basic operations of the gun, how to navigate your modes and all that stuff. All that fancy stuff. Let's get to the meat. Gun right here. Lube, barrel sleeve, or barrel Allen keys, and then the USB. This is for updating softwares, things like that. I like that they got rid of that big card and just went with a basic little USB flash drive thing. I like it. Much better. So here she is. Same reg setup. I think this is the Hyper 6S reg, but it's the same reg setup as before. Got the same functionality up at the front. Let's pull the bolt out. You can see that the bolt is the FL21 bolt, but it is now the bolt itself. The moving part of the bolt the tip has been replaced with a rubber tip now. So they went through two different versions of the bolt tip before. When the M3 came out, it was a hard tip that had the cross sections in it, and then it was a hard tip that was hollow with no cross sections, and they were still having chopping issues with the gun. And now this comes with this nice rubberized soft tip, and it shot like a dream earlier today. Shot so good. These bolts are super awesome. They're super fast. Their cycle speeds are super quick. They just have really fine point pinned it down. That's not even a word, but really got the bolt down with this new tip, and it was shooting awesome this morning. So that's new on there. Second thing we have is the new Billy Wing trigger on there. So I guess they had a bunch of trigger options up on the Dye Labs website, and people were downloading this one hands down the most, and so they went with this trigger design for the gun. But it still has the reach. You can adjust it like the reach trigger. You can adjust the rake of the trigger, and it still has all the functionality on there of adjustments. Same board setup on there. I think the software is like version 4 now or something. Let's go into the software. Version 4.01.1, so definitely new software is in there. Coming on down to the bottom, the ASA is probably besides the bolt functionality and the consistency of the bolt, this ASA is the coolest upgrade they've done in a long time. They call this their slap ASA, right? Yeah, the slap ASA. These, they work so good. There's no buttons in them or anything like that. The Pops ASA has a button you have to push and then you can slide it forward. This has no button on it on either side. You can see there's no button here and there's no button here. You just pull it down and it slides forward. Now, when I pull it down right here, just jumps to the front by itself, and then I push it back. It's so, ooh, I just knocked the bolt over. It's so easy to use, it's so simple to use, and it's such a great design. This is like the coolest part. For me, this ASA is awesome. I was never a fan of the other airport ASAs on the gun. This is, it's the best right here. I love it. It's so simple, so easy, and so clean, and so just purpose driven. It's awesome. Let's see, what am I missing here? We talked about, still has the MOS Air, the method operating system, same interface on there, same nice big screen, same controllability with the joystick on the back, so you can get in and change all your modes. Very intuitive display, so you can understand what you're seeing or what they're trying to get you to change just from the pictures that are on the screen. The bolt we talked about, the ASA we talked about, still has the internal pressure sensor. It's only running on one pressure, so there is no LPR in this gun, just one simple pressure. I was running this gun at about 114, 115 PSI and getting that 280 feet per second that I was shooting outside earlier today. Rechargeable battery, we talked about that. Cable-free charging, we talked about that. Oh, iPipe, that's the new thing, another new thing in there. So now that today's paint is getting so much smaller, they needed to redesign the iPipe and the detents to accommodate the smaller paint. So this is their 4th generation iPipe, I believe. You can see that the detents now are individual. So it is not one whole iPipe piece. So you can replace sides if you need to. You can replace individual sides of the detent itself. Plus, the detent has a new material so that it is more apt to go back to its original shape. If you bend this to put it in, or just it gets bent over and over, because every time the bolt travels through the iPipe, it's going to push the detents out and they need to come back to their original position. The material that's in there has a better, I'm going to call it elasticity, or just the ability to return to its original shape. So it's going to be more effective. And plus the nub on the detent itself is more pronounced than original or older versions. So given that different paint size, it's going to accommodate smaller paint much, much better. As always, make sure you don't dry fire your gun without your barrel on it or something in there, because you'll shoot your iPipe right out. Happens all the time. People lose their iPipes constantly. But the gun shot amazing today. I can't sing the praises of this one enough. I didn't have any problems right out of the box shooting it today. The new systems on it, the bolt and the ASA and the detents, they all worked flawlessly with each other. I definitely recommend checking this gun out. This is the new Dye M3 Plus. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.